All right, my good people. I hope you all are having an amusing day. You know, like I always say, people will learn the hard way. People who refuse to listen, people who refuse to learn from their mistake. A lot of people on PULSECHAIN and PULSEX, they don't want to accept. They don't want to accept the fact that the game have changed. They don't want to accept the fact that they have lost in this battle. What did I mean by that? We all know that Richard Hart promised us, yes, of course, 1000x on PULSEX, on PULSECHAIN and all of that. But they don't know that the game have already changed. The game changed in 2024 when Richard Hart brought Ethereum at the top, thinking that the cycle is just beginning, not knowing that the cycle is almost over. That is when the 1000s gain, 2000s gain was destroyed. And people don't want to acknowledge that. They still believe, oh no, PULSECHAIN is somehow going to do a 1000x. Yeah. The main reason why Richard had to launch Provex is because he knows very well that the game have changed. But some people understand this, obviously, people like me. Some people don't want to accept the fact that after the sacrifice of PULSECHAIN and PULSEX, they are going to switch their back to Provex. They don't want to accept that. They don't want to believe. But I want to give you a scenario. I want to give you a case study. I want you to understand that Richard Hart doesn't have the manpower. He doesn't have the capital to move this market anymore. He can't control it. Obviously, if he had already, if he bought Ethereum at 500 or $1,000 range, or 2,000 even, I would say yes, he still have the power. But he bought it at the top. So this cycle, Ethereum might stop at $6,000. That if he managed to sell at $6,000, because it's going to happen so fast. It's not going to be there steady. So if Ethereum top at $6,000, he doesn't have the manpower to move PULSECHAIN to 7,000, 1,000x or 200x, and a lot of bag holders is not going to allow that to happen. And he figured it out. That's why he launched Provex. Why did he launch Provex? He launched Provex because he launched it at the bottom of PULSECHAIN and PULSEX and even Hex, when everybody is in max pain. And if you notice, during the launch of Provex, that is when PULSECHAIN and PULSEX hit all-time low. And the method of launching Provex, he didn't accept PULSECHAIN or PULSEX or anything. He accepts only stable coin on it. He knows what he's doing. He calculated it very well and he launched it. Why did he do that? Because he knows that people are in a max pain. They are not going to sacrifice. Obviously, none of them sacrifice. It's only 7,000 or 10,000 people that turn up and sacrifice. And he raised $16 million in that sacrifice. Compare that to 2021 sacrifice of PULSECHAIN and PULSEX, which he raised $1 billion. Same person. Now, 2 years later, he's raising $16 million. What does that tell you? People have given up on his project or bullshit or anything, and he figured it out, and he knows best way to restore his name is through Provex. Yes, people don't even understand this. I wonder why they don't understand this. Why am I saying this? He can inject $50 to $40 million on Provex and he make 1,000x. His name become the talk of the town. Oh, Provex launched from 40 to 1 cent, 1,000x. Oh, people from Solana community, people from other community will jump in to buy PULSEX, to buy PULSECHAIN, to buy Hex, thinking he's going to rotate that money and do the same, not knowing he doesn't have the capability to do that anymore. That is why he launched this Provex. All right, and now people don't know this. People don't understand this. I see opportunity before you. People don't understand this opportunity. I don't know how people listen. They don't think about it. Okay, you are buying PULSECHAIN. Do you even know that in 2023, he injected $20 million into PULSECHAIN to pump it? What did he get? People dumped on him $20 million. Washed away. Today, he's in a loss. He still have a large bag of it. And that $20 million was lost. Now transfer it. Use that $20 million. Put it in PULSEX. No, put it in Provex. The same $20 million in Provex will moon to even 100s or 200s. Even at 80% sell pressure, it will still moon it. Do you understand the differences? Now let me explain to you. I want to go to pumping to give you experiments. All right. Let's say that Richard Hart put $20 million. All right. $20 million on PULSECHAIN. I want to give you a hint. So $20 million on PULSEX, $20 million on Provex. All right. $20 million on Provex. All right. Oh yeah, I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. Now let's say we have we're gonna have 80% sell pleasure because a lot of people want to get out. Of course. No. I have to put 80% sell pleasure. All right. 80% sell pleasure. Now calculate it. Let's calculate it. Let's do this math. Now you see, Provex will do a 22x. Why PULSECHAIN will do 6.8x and Hex will do 6.8x. The same money, the same sell pleasure. Ask yourself why. This is exactly what happened before. When Richard Hart put $20 million on PULSECHAIN, the PULSECHAIN managed to do even 3x. What the PULSECHAIN did that time was only 3x, only 4x, and people sold. Now, if you put the same money and people sold, I want you to understand. Richard Hart put $20 million on PULSECHAIN, $20 million. People sold. It's not up to 80% that people that sold, but they dump it to zero. Are you understanding where I'm going? They dump it to zero. Now, I am telling you, if you put that the same money on PULSEX, there's no how 80% of people will sell in that manner. They will not sell. Even the last money that he put on PULSECHAin, the $20 million that he injected there, 80%, even 50% of people did not sell the bag. It's only 2 wallets or 3 wallets. They were constantly selling. It's only 3 wallets that sell that $20 million and sold and dump everything. You know why? Because people who make millions of PULSEX, of Hex, people who make millions of Hex, they couldn't sell because Hex doesn't have any liquidity. You have $10 million on Hex, you made 10,000 X. Where are you going to sell that $10 million? Who will give you? No liquidity. Now, when PULSEX sacrifice came up, people dump $1 million, $20 million, $10 million into PULSEX. And for over 3 years, 4 years, these people have been selling. That is why we are in this max pain, never-ending pain. And that is why PULSEX and Hex can never do a shit. I'm telling you the truth. Richard Hart figured it out himself. And he present this one. He said, I'm not going to need Hex. I'm not going to need PULSEX, because he knows that you still have a large chunk of Hex, PULSEX. You are going to, he doesn't need it. And now, when those people try to sell at the bottom, they lost almost 98% of their bag. They put it in PULSEX. Now, for them to make that money, PULSEX will need to do at least 100x or 10x for them to even break even. Do you understand the game? That is why you don't see anybody selling PULSEX, selling Provex. You see, today, Richard Hart pairs Provex with stable coins and Ethereum. You didn't ask yourself, why did he intentionally do that? Because he doesn't want to correlate with the ecosystem, because he knows that PULSECHAin, PULSEX, and Hex ecosystem, they are correlated and they are full with people who are in a mass pain for 5 years, who have mortgaged their house, who most of them are living in the street, most of them have lost their job, most of them need even $1,000 to survive because they have staked their heads for 15 years and now they figure out that their investment is not coming back anytime soon. They need money. And he understands these people. He understands the people he's dealing with. That is why he put Provex. Now, what is his plan on Provex? We are not talking about technology factors. If you are technologies wise, Provex have more marketing fit, more marketing fit. So other people can use Provex. Other people, even entire ecosystem, layer one ecosystem can attach with Provex. But they don't want to touch this. I have products, but they can use Provex. Imagine I am from Nigeria. I don't know what is PULSECHAIN. I don't know what is PULSEX, but I want to bridge my money to crypto. If I search, how can I buy a decentralized crypto? They will bring Provex platform for me. I don't even need PULSECHAIN or PULSEX. I don't even need to own any of this coin. I will just buy my money from Wise and use it and bring my money to crypto. You understand? So anybody can use it, and as everybody is using it, is burning it. As I'm talking to you now, we are still in a cutting edge software. Expect a bug, so it's not fully functioning. People is still in testing phase, so this shit takes time. And already he have already burned 30,999 Provex, and is now having total of 1,175 wallet in fee, the spent fee. This money is going to buy Provex and burn it, and this is a testing phase. What we expect average order size is just $9, $6, and they managed to generate this 1,000 something. Imagine when average size begin to be 20,000, 10,000, 5,000. How much fee do you think there's going to generate on Provex? What is burning late? People don't calculate all of this. They think, PULSECHAIN 1,000x, PULSEX 1,000x. They don't know the factors. Richard Hart received $1 billion in 2021 with the hope, thinking he's going to buy Ethereum, do what he's done before. He get only for him to screw it up and buy it at the top. That was the game changer. That was the destroyer of every plan on 1,000x gain. That is why Provex is the only coin right now that can do that 1,000x or even 200x. All right. So right now, Richard Hart have $16 million of Provex. So Provex have his own money. His own money is there. All right. Provex have his own money. Putting $16 million in Provex is like putting $300 million inside PULSECHAIN. Do you see how tiny it is? Now you have to look at the history. 2023, what happened? Richard Hart put $20 million and PULSECHAIN managed to go back to sacrifice phase. And what happened? People dumped it immediately. How many people dumped it? Only 5 wallets was dumping it continuously, because they have millions, tens of millions to dump. I know one wallet that have been selling PULSECHAIN every single day since it launched for the past 2 years, 2 good years. Imagine somebody have money that he's been selling every single day, 10,000, 20,000 for 2 years. 2 good years. How can you pump that kind of coin? When I told you Provex is the ultimate, people don't want to believe me. People don't want to understand me anymore. Provex is going to win. Now everybody is screaming, oh, Provex. Some people don't want to believe, oh, they have lost in PULSECHAIN and PULSEX. There's no way I'm going to make money there. It's better I swamp my money into Provex. Maybe Provex go up with 1,000x. Everybody become a millionaire. People sell 80%, sell it and go and buy PULSECHAIN. PULSECHAIN pump to 100s or 200s. This is the game scenario. That is the level playing field that we're going to play. But anyway, if you're holding PULSEX, PULSECHAIN, you are going to become rich. But if you're holding Provex, you are going to become rich quickly. 100s is possible on Provex. 100s is possible. Now, how many billion market cap do Provex need to make 100s? Let's do it realistically. Provex need just 3.2 billion market cap for you to do 100s. From the sacrifice phase, I'm not talking about from the all-time low. From all-time low, Provex need only $1.8 billion. You need only $1.8 billion for you to do 100s. But from the sacrifice phase, he need $3.3 billion. That is nothing. Hex did 50 billion market cap doing the 10,000 S up pump in 2021. So that market cap is nothing. Porsche launched at 2.5 billion market cap. Hex launched at 3.5 billion market cap. That is nothing. Market cap is nothing when it comes to Richard Hart. So you see. And Provex is not like intensive token that you give out for free. People actually sacrifice for it, paid for it. It's a functioning website that is more useful more than Hex. It have buy and burn mechanism more than PULSECHAIN, more than PULSEX. Do you understand it? Do you? And people come here and say, oh, Provex, don't talk about that shit. You don't understand when strategy have changed, when the game have changed. That's why you are an investor. Be able to sense when the game have changed, when the level, where am I going to put this money? Where? Okay, I put it here. That is how you are an investor. You are not an investor by looking at, oh, he said 1,000 S in 2021. Oh, I'm going to stick with it. Oh, Richard Hart. You are a zombie. We call you Mumu in Nigerian language. You are Mumu, 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 hey, Mumu, Mumu. Yes, that is what you are. Because you are not creative enough to know when the game have changed, when the strategy have changed. That is why you are a smart investor. That is why people are smart, because you need to calculate the movement. Okay, what is the movement? Why did this guy even launch Provex? He have the money. Okay, $16 million. Is it $16 million that he needed to build this platform? He have it. You give this guy $1 billion in 2021. Why then again is he asking for Provex? Because he needs something he can manipulate and pump so that his name will be out loud. People will be saying, oh, look at this coin on PULSECHAIN. He did 1,000x. Oh, are you serious? This same guy, half X, half PULSECHAIN. They are still down 10%. I'm going to buy it now. That is the scenario that is going to create. This is how it's going to play out. And when I'm saying it, people don't understand this. Now look at Hex and PULSECHAIN. When all of them goes up, now today we have somebody who sold about $170,000 of Provex. The price went down in only 8%. 8%. Now if you look at Hex and Co, nobody sold even $100,000, but the price is going down like crazy. Look at Hex. Hex is going down from 4.5 to 3.6. Even what did I call it? Even PULSEX. The Provex, they are selling it like crazy. It holds stable. Now I want to do another math. Let's show you. I want to show you something. Let me go to PULSECHAIN and PULSEX. I want to see the impact, so you understand what I'm saying. I don't know how I can explain this anymore, because some people are foolish. They don't want to listen. They don't do the math. They don't do nothing. They just want to be there and say, I want 1,000 heads. So they don't want to stress themselves. Nothing. They don't want to stress themselves. Okay? They don't want to stress themselves. Nothing. They don't want to stress themselves at all. They don't want to stress themselves. Okay? They don't want to stress themselves. All they want to do, I want this money. I want this money. Yeah. But they don't want to do nothing to make that money they want. Nothing. Alright? Provex holds stronger more than any coin on PULSECHAIN ecosystem. More than any coin on PULSECHAIN ecosystem. Now if you wanna buy Provex, maybe you wanna buy $15,000, it's only 1.4%. All right. The same thing if you want to sell. Let me say you want to sell Provex. Let me say you wanna buy or sell. The slippage doesn't cost you much more than what it costs you when you are selling PULSECHAIN or Hex or PULSEX, because you have a lot of liquidity. All right. You have a lot of liquidity. The liquidity is there. When somebody sell even 40,000 hex, it will go down by 30%. But somebody sold almost 180,000 Provex, it went down by only 10%. Do you understand the game? I have explained this time and over again. How do you trust a man who could not pump 2.5 billion market cap to 100x? And now he have 10 million market cap coin, which he actually sacrificed, received money for. If he cannot pump it to 2.5 billion market cap, how do you trust him to pump a coin that have 2.5 billion market cap to go to 30 billion market cap? How then do you want? How then do you want to trust him? Now I wanna show you a thing again. Ethereum can go to maybe, let me say Ethereum can go to maybe this cycle. Ethereum can go to let me say $6,000, and Richard Hart will have $1.1 billion. All right, he can use $50 million. You know, he can inject 50 million. He can put $1 billion in a stable coin wallet for the next cycle. He can use $50 million, put it into PULSECHAIN ecosystem, into Provex. All right, he can just put $50 million into Provex. All right, with 80% sell pleasure on $50 million. Let's calculate it. Let's see. Provex will do 100s with 80% sell pleasure. Now let's take that $50 million, the same $50 million, put it even on PULSECHAIN, on PULSEX. I'm not counting hex because a lot of hex is thick. Any money on hex will be sold, so I'm not talking about hex. It can go up even 1000x. It doesn't matter. No liquidity. So all liquidity is tied to PULSECHAIN. All right. So I'm talking about where the actual money is. Now let's calculate it. $50 million. $50 million on hex on PULSEX will give you 24x. $50 million on PULSEX will give you 25x. $50 million on Provex will give you 100x with a whipping load of 80% sell pleasure. If 80% of people were selling, and you know that in a bull run, even 10% of people doesn't sell, making it possible to, let's add it to 10% realistically. 10% of people or 14% will sell, like 11% of people who are smart will actually sell. Of course, let's make it realistically. All right. Realistically, this is a bull run. In a bull run, nobody actually sell. Everybody buy. Everybody sell their houses. Even your grandmother want to buy. The taxi driver want to buy. Everybody, the food vendors want to buy. All right. Now, let's calculate it again. 10% of people will sell because they know that this cycle is over. If 10% of people sell, Provex will do a whopping 10,000x, and PULSECHAIN will do 400x, and hex will do PULSEX will do 280x. You see? Now, do you see this? Do you understand this? Do you tell me which one will you do if you are Richard Hart? Will you want to put $50 million here and get your name 100s? Or do you want to put $50 million on PULSECHAIN and 80% of people sell, and you go back with sacrifice first and you break even, and they say, look at it, after wasting 5 years, we make 2x. Which one do you want to do? If you choose this one, you put $50 million on Provex, obviously that's what you're going to do. Provex will go to 100x. Then my $10,000 will be $1 million. I will be rich. I will be $1 million rich, 1.something million richer. Then what will I do? I will come back, buy $100,000 of PULSEX, $100,000 of PULSECHAIN. I will still left with $800,000, which I will use to flex my life. By then, this is how 10,000 people or more will do. That money will split in and go back, rotate to PULSECHAIN and PULSEX without PULSECHAIN, without Richard Hart raising a finger. He calculated this very well. He knows what he's doing, and that is why he launched Provex. And when I'm talking about it, People are looking at me like zombie. Are you sure? Are you sure this is going to happen? You have to know this. You have to understand this. Piping have make it clearly. So if you are Richard Hart, which one will you do? Will you put money where there you put money before and they dump on you, and these people are ready to dump on you and at every given opportunity? Or will you put money where you know that it will pump to 10,000s and people will be praising your name and your product will be marketing and everybody will be flying out your color, everything, everywhere will be Richard Hart, Richard Hart, Richard Hart. Which one will you do? I'm asking you. You that is watching me, I am asking you. Now, let's say Ethereum goes to a bullish case scenario. Ethereum goes to even $7,000 to $8,000 to $9,000, and Richard Hart put, let me say, $100 million on each. All right, let's say $100 million with 8% with 80% sell pleasure, 80% sell pleasure. Okay, this thing I'm saying is in the worst case scenario. Now let's say that he puts $100 million on each. This is where the game change. All right, he put $100 million on each. Mind you, if Ethereum goes to if Ethereum goes to $7,000, Richard Hart will have $1.2 million. So he still have $1 billion is not touching. He is only touching $280 million, and he put $100 million on each of them. All right, let's see what will happen to the price at 80% sell pleasure. So all these things, the case scenario I'm giving you in a mega bull on Ethereum is 7,005 now. Richard Hart have $1.2 billion to play around with, and he put $100 million there to provoke everybody to clear his name. What will happen at 80% sell pleasure? 80% sell pleasure. Everybody was selling, everybody was bullish, and everybody was selling, and he put $100 million. What did I left with under PULSECHAIN? What are you going to left with? Look at what I will have. If you put $100 million on PULSEX with 80% people selling, he will get 70x. Not even up to 100x. Your PULSECHAIN. Okay. He put the same money on PULSECHAIN. He gets a 3x. The same amount of money. The same amount of people selling. He put it on PULSEX, on Provex. What did I get? I get 358x. That is a whopping $3.5 million for me. If you can put that $100 million on Provex, even at 80% of people selling, I get $3.8 million. I am become $3.8 million richer. I will never have to work again in my entire life. Then I will use $1 million and put it in PULSECHAIN on PULSEX. $2.5 million. I will take it and use it and invest in the reward asset. This is, and Richard Hart still have $1 billion to play with. So I am showing you all this for you to understand how this game can change very quick and why you are so myopic if you are not paying attention to Provex. That is where the gain lies. That is where the money will go to 1,000s and the money will take to PULSECHAIN, and everybody will be talking of the town, and PULSECHAIN will be talking of the town, and everybody will come back to PULSECHAIN. You don't know what is happening in crypto. Look at it, Solana. Where is Solana before? Solana was dead when Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested. Solana was $8. What happened to Solana? Bunk or Solana went to 1,000x, 10,000x, and people become rich. And everybody was flooding in on the Solana ecosystem, not paying attention to the game that Sam Bankman-Fried was playing with Solana. Everybody flooded in there to get the next bunk. That is how when Provex moves to 1,000s, everybody will come to the Richard Hart ecosystem looking for the next Provex. This is how crypto work. If you don't know it, forget about it. I'm not going to explain it more. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.